I was about 31 years old when I joined the club, and I was one of the youngest. But looking around now, some of the new people coming in, there's a lot of people my age and younger, and it's really, I guess you could say, re-energized the chapter.
Being on the water is a great family activity. Outboarding in its heyday in the 1950s was billed as being a fun family hobby, and that's kind of sort of the golden era of outboarding. And our hobby of antique outboards really celebrates being on the water with your family, using the older outboards and enjoying the engineering that they represent.
I was about 31 years old when I joined the club, and I was one of the youngest. But looking around now, with some of the new people coming in, there's a lot of people my age and younger, and it's really, I guess you could say, re-energized the chapter.
I have two pretty unusual kids that are probably a little more involved than maybe a lot of other people. I have a 10-year-old who's going to be actually 11 next week, I'll have to say, and he, is totally into this, loves finding some little piece of junk that's, in a box, and buying it for $5 and then being able to put it together and find the parts to make it, complete. And then my other son, who just turned 7 years old, he's really into running the boat. He loves being out on the water. He loves running the motors. He's really got a nice aptitude for that. The two of them just love coming to these meets. They love seeing some of their friends. We have a lot of other kids now in the chapter, which is something that's relatively new, at least since I've been involved in the AMCI over the last 10 years. We've really got a lot of kids, and it's fantastic.
Now, to slow it up, obviously you turn it to that, back and forth. You speed it up, you go this way. Slow it down, you go that way.
Yeah.
So right there, you can start it. Now,
The Antique Outboard Motor Club is great for adults, teens, people of any age. You get to meet new people, learn about motors and how they work, and it's a lot of fun all together.
Just pull through.
It's fun and not playing video games and staying home, being bored all the time.
It's really fun coming here to the meets, and I enjoy taking rides on boats.
I think that it's a positive influence on my life and younger kids' lives.
Fun getting together with my friends, learning old motors, like fixing them.
What's my show?
It's a lot of fun, just bringing them out on the water, bringing them back to life, what they're meant to be doing, and it's cool to see what
used to be run, decades before we have all the new computer controlled motors and all that.
I like to take stuff apart and put them back together again. And with outboards, you're pretty much doing that. You're taking just a useless piece of metal and make it into something that actually does something. It's kind of like reviving it from the dead.
We're giving these motors a second chance at being used on boats again and not just being sent to the scrap pile.
Getting an old, 50-plus-year-old motor to get to run again is really a cool thing. It brings you back in time.
Buy a new motor lately. The industry, they pretty much price themselves out of the reach of most younger people. That's why I got into this, is because I couldn't. When I got my first boat, I couldn't afford a motor, but I didn't want to row, so I looked around, and the first one I found was a 1940 Johnson for $50. I could afford that, but I couldn't afford a new one. Of course, if you're running a 60-year-old motor at the time, you have to have a spare.